Hello, world. How is everyone?
Good.
We're gonna pretend like we didn't just chat for 20 minutes. That's how this works.
I am tired. And my laptop
Yeah?
is funky, so I'm hoping it doesn't conk out on me. I should plug it in too.
That was me earlier. I was like, where is my laptop charger? Because this will not go well if I find it immediately.
Yeah. Tech issues.
Well, hi, world. Hello, everyone. The chat is already popping off. So people were here very early just saying hello.
Hello.
So why don't we introduce ourselves while I'm popping through these hellos? Peyton, do you want to start?
Okay, yeah, I'm so nervous. I'm just over here with butterflies.
Don't be nervous.
All day.
You're in good hands.
So hello, I'm Peyton. I am currently working on, I've been calling it Project Old Lovers. It is a speculative fiction piece. It might be a novella. I've just finished the read through of the first draft on it. It's like a Bangsian fantasy, which is like an afterlife fantasy, and it focuses actually on two elderly lovers, and it explores afterlife and soulmates, and it kind of has that trope of we'll fall in love in every lifetime kind of a thing.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so good.
Good.
It sounds like something I would cry about at the end of the book.
I love
That's the goal. That's the goal, is to get people to cry at the end. So
it hurts me in my soul, but I'm also excited.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Jasmine, who are you?
Hello. Hi, everyone. My name is Jasmine, and I am a romance writer. I'm an aspiring romance writer. So I am currently working on the second draft of my book. I'm currently calling it Project Vanya. I don't have a title for it yet, so we're just going to call it that until something lands in my head. But yeah, Project Vanya is a new adult romance novel that is set in a fictional university in Toronto. And I wish I can tell you more, but I really suck at describing my book, so we're just going to leave it there.
The main character's name is Natalie. That's all you need to know.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I love that. And I felt that on a deep level when you were like, I don't have a title and I don't know how to describe it. I'm like, me with my book. Hello, I'm Diane. I make videos here on YouTube. I'm working on a book, which I've been calling Ben for 5 years. That's not the title. I don't quite have a title just yet, but there will be a title. It's new adult, contemporary, platonic soulmates, a road trip, a quarter life crisis, family stuff. And yeah, that's what I'll be working on tonight.
And you're also a published author.
Oh, right. I always forget that.
Did you
just forget that? Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yes, technically, yes. I do have a poetry book out that I published in 2023. Yeah, a little poetry book.
And it is an amazing poetry book, and everyone should go buy it.
Yeah, where can we find it?
Stop. It's on Amazon.
I gave a great I don't review everything, but it was fabulous, and I was like, I need to review this.
Oh my god, yeah, right. I have a book out. But yeah, it's on Amazon. I think it's Kindle Unlimited and print, all this stuff,
all the things.
Yeah.
And hi everyone, you're on my channel, so hopefully you know who I am, but if not, my name is Natalie, and I am writing a YA fantasy novel that is loosely inspired by Anastasia and has some Scott Westerfeld imposters vibes, stuff like that. I am currently undergoing a challenge to finish this first draft in 50 days. I have 39 days left. It's going. So that's why we are gathered here today for me to work on this.
Yes.
We are gathered here today. Anyway, before we write, which by the way, doing 2 40-minute sprints, if we're locking in.
Yes.
We're going to yap in between. But before we get there, some people dropped some questions in the chat, and I would love to read them if my computer wouldn't be slow. There we go. Okay, Jason had one, which was advice on how to move on to another project when you've had to scrap the one you've worked so hard on. Chime in if you have an answer.
Gosh. I've been working on the same book for like 5 years, so I don't know that I have an answer for that.
Clearly, we are all very.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's like a grieving period, like you're allowed to kind of feel a little down about it. But then I guess just like doing things to like get you excited about the new project. You know, doing like the mood boards and the fun things, little character, you know, I don't know, stuff like that, I think would help me.
I also feel like you don't have to scrap it forever. So like you don't have to think that like you're burying and reading a eulogy for this book. Like you can always come back to it. It just might not be the right time. You might not have the level of skill that you want yet or whatever. So say I'm putting it to, because that's why we call it shelving a project, right? Like I'm shelving it so I can pick it up later if I want, or it will stay on my shelf forever. We don't know.
That makes sense. I actually have a book from high school that I tried to write and just totally abandoned, and that's how I feel about it. Like I was upset at the time that I couldn't finish it, but I didn't know where to go. I didn't have those skills. But I feel like after I finish this project, that might be the project that I go back to. I was just too young at the time to write that project.
Yeah.
I would
makes sense
agree.
to me.
I feel like it's really just a combination of everything you guys just said, because I went through the same thing with Project Vanye, because I had like total like bad imposter syndrome after finishing my first draft. So what I did was like I started looking into writing book 2. And that made me feel more excited because like, oh, I can like totally add this to the first book, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I would say just do whatever you think is like really important to you. Read books, consume media. That's what I did too. Like I started watching anime again. I started playing video games. That helped me a lot. Yeah. And then that kind of sparked more inspiration. So yeah.
I feel like it takes a lot of energy, like creative energy, to scrap a project.
Yeah.
And so it's like important to refill that well.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good point. Okay. Does anyone else have any questions before we jump straight in to a 40-minute sprint? Because apparently we're feeling some type of way today. Anybody here on our panel of judges? I feel like I'm on the board.
I actually have a question for Diane.
For me.
Yes, because this is like your 5th draft of Ben.
I'm line editing my 5th draft, so I'm working on my 6th draft.
Yeah. Okay. Because I am struggling draft 2 so bad.
Oh no.
And I like just a piece of like advice or wisdom on how to like go through that, developmental edit rut.
Gosh, I don't know. I draft 2, I guess it depends what you're struggling with, but for me, draft 2, a big thing that I had to remind myself was that I'm not trying to make it perfect. I'm just trying to like complete it, because like my 0 draft, like my first draft, was like just kind of getting it out. But there were some like gaps and stuff. And so the 2nd draft, I really just treated kind of as this, I gave it the same sort of vibe as like the first draft, and just like trying to complete the story and like add in what I needed to. So I tried not to take it as like seriously, or like, it wasn't like this big thing. I was just like, I'm just doing it again. I'm just doing it again with like more details, more nuance and whatnot, like whatever I missed the first time around. yeah, and really it's just about like just pushing through, pushing through.
Yes.
There's a lot of just pushing. And yeah, anytime I would like get really stuck on a thing, I would just like move on, and then I would, make a little note and then like go back to that chapter later. Yeah, I think for me it was like a mindset thing of like stop trying to line edit this second draft. Like you don't need to do that. You can just
Yeah.
focus on like the big stuff and just keep adding to it. It's just like a draft 1.2.
Yeah, that's what it feels like actually.
Yeah, which is okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
something that helped me the most, I think.
Well,
That's
thank
honestly
you.
great advice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think like I know that I need to turn off the editor in my brain, like when I'm trying to just do like developmental stuff.
Yeah.
But it's nice to hear a reminder because I keep apparently forgetting when the documents actually open.
Same. It's not like a thing that you can just like, oh, you have to constantly be reminding yourself of that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, people. There are some more questions in the chat. We're going to save them until after we do this first sprint. So
That's good.
prepare yourself, mind, body, spirit. And let's do a 40-minute sprint, everyone. Lock in, do your work. We'll see you in 40 minutes, everyone. Yeah, also make sure you have liquid. That's important.
Yeah. Good luck.
Goodbye. Hello.
The alarm made me jump. It spooked me.
Hello.
But like, it's still so jarring when you're like in it. You're like, whoa, hold on, what happened? How'd everyone do?
It's all right.
Good. I feel like
Bro,
that
I'm
40 minutes
struggling.
Same.
Just being honest. I'm struggling.
Oh, Peyton, how'd it go?
I feel like it flew, but I'm not writing new words. I'm just like brainstorming like plot problems and taking down notes. So that's very generative.
Yes.
Mhm.
In the free flow state of idea generation.
Yeah. Not so hard as just rewriting a scene. So
Yeah. Jasmine, you say struggle bus express?
Yeah,
Too?
girl. I am writing. I was literally just out here just picking like I want to write a new scene. So I picked an index card and I'm like, oh wait, I'm writing a basketball game scene. And now I'm struggling because I'm like, how do you write this?
How do you basketball?
How do
I
you
wouldn't
basketball? I've only seen them on TV. I've never played them before.
I
How
am
do you do
5
that?
feet. That is not in my realm.
Nope.
have you ever watched Slam Dunk? I know you're an anime fan.
I have.
That might
yeah,
be
I
your
have
research.
seen-
Yeah.
I literally was just on YouTube just searching for how people move in a game. So I'm like, let me just emulate that. I don't know.
I
but
see
yeah.
nothing wrong with this research. It just means you
Yeah.
can go watch anime. So
Yeah. Pretty much.
Diane, how'd it go?
It was a little bit distracted. I was a little distracted. I spent the first part just like finishing dinner. I was eating some dinner. I did a little bit of work. I probably got through like a page. I've just been like the imposter syndrome and stuff is like making a little bit of a comeback. So I'm just like overthinking. So yeah, I've just been kind of rewriting this first bit and then like changing it back to what I had. So I did a bit of that, but yeah, I got through about a page, made some changes. I'm feeling okay. I'm like tired, like I'm sleepy, so like I think my brain is just like kind of mush right now. I didn't sleep very
Yeah.
long. I was up at like 5 a.m. So a little
Ooh.
sleepy. But I'm
I'm
gonna
still happy you're here.
Yeah, thanks for
Oh, yeah.
joining us.
yeah. Oh my god, I want to miss this, please.
That actually went really well for me. I got 1,101 words.
Whoa.
So that feels
I
really
love it.
good because I've been not been doing great these past few weeks. So that is pretty delightful.
Oh, I love that.
Looks like the chat is letting us know how they're doing. I came in midstream and got one chapter line edited and formatted.
Oh
That's
wow, I
amazing.
love that.
Congrats.
Give me some of that energy, please.
Luana got 390 words and figured out more of her map.
Ooh, map warp is exciting.
Ooh.
Do any of you guys have maps for your stories?
Yes.
Because I need one and I don't have one. I'm just like, I think
I'm gonna-
it's like maybe on the coast. Who's to say?
I have a map right here. Oh shit, you can't even see. Girl.
I'm sure it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I'm so proud of it. I know it's weird because I'm writing a contemporary romance and it's like math on a contemporary romance, but
No, that's so
I love
interesting.
that.
How do you
I
go
technically
about
made floor plans.
yeah.
Yeah.
I literally just went to a university map and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I
have
did.
floor
Floor
plans.
plans is way beyond my capability at this moment. I could
Fair.
never.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm like,
not
do I see it
easy.
in my head? Yes. Can I describe it to you and like draw it out? No,
I love that.
not even a little bit.
Yeah. Fair.
Hannah is almost done replotting draft 2. I have a few more settings I need to figure out, and then some specific chapter outlines.
Love it.
Saoirse finished revising a scene and added 131 words.
Nice.
Adam agrees with Diane. What is sleep? What is sleep? Yeah, I did
Yeah.
right. I am
That's
also
wild.
shocked at myself.
I love that.
I feel like Taylor's energy
hi,
is
Joy.
like, seeping through.
I
like,
know
you're
Taylor's
just
not
soaking
here,
it all in.
so I
Yeah.
get the high word
Yeah.
count.
You're soaking it in.
I love that.
Love it.
Let's be honest though, if she was here in this 40-minute sprint, if she wasn't reading instead of writing during the sprint, she would have gotten 15,000 words.
Oh my god.
I know.
Anyway,
Wow.
we have a few questions so we can yap for a little bit.
Yeah.
My dear wonderful friend Sarah asked, if you had to pick one genre to write forever, what would you pick? And what is one genre that you would never write?
Mm,
Is it cheating if I just pick speculative?
Yeah, you have to pick
Yeah,
the
okay.
type of speculation.
Ooh, that does make it harder. I'm like stuck between either like sci-fi or fantasy in terms. If I have to pick broadly, probably fantasy, because you can twist that with a lot of different things.
Right. And then what would you never write?
Probably horror. I don't think I could ever write something scary.
Interesting.
In my head, I feel like, oh, this is so scary, and then it would flop so hard. Everyone would be like, this
Everyone would be
is
this
like,
wasn't scary at all.
yeah, this is like preschool level, guys.
What's a preschool horror story? They ran out of blue crayons.
Yes. Spilled milk. No snack time.
Oh, I love it. Jasmine.
I mean, I've only ever written romance, so yeah, I can see myself writing that forever and ever.
Mhm.
But if I were to pick like a genre that I would never write, maybe like a biography, I guess, like about somebody's life or my life, because
That's fair.
I feel like that's a very hard task to do. Like I feel like I would embellish somebody's life too much.
You'd be like, and then they fell in love. And
and
be like,
then-
no, it didn't happen.
Yeah. Like
Diane.
I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat where like the majority of what I've written has been like contemporary. I've written like some romance. Definitely like my fan fiction was romance. So I feel like
Put a pin in that. We're coming back to that.
whoa.
I would definitely. I mean, I want to get into writing romance. I'd say like contemporary, but I also really want to get into like I don't know, like paranormal or like, is that like fantasy-ish?
I would say it's fantasy adjacent. That could be in
okay.
fantasy.
Yeah, so I think I could live in there because I have like a lot, like I have ideas for like those types of stories. So I feel like contemporary and then also mixing in a little bit of like, you know, witchy things and stuff like that.
Ooh, yeah.
And ghosts. And then as far as like what I wouldn't write, and this isn't because I don't like these genres. Like I like reading, like I would read them, but I don't think I could do a good job writing them. Is like historical fiction and like Western type stories. I don't think I could. I don't think
You're
I
not
could
coming
do
with
it.
the next cowboy romance, you mean?
I don't think so. I mean, never say never, but I don't
Canadian cowboy romance.
Stop it.
Girl, that's Elsie Silver.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Jasmine's next book.
I can never write like a cowboy story.
Yeah, I don't.
I
don't
love
think I could
reading
do it.
them. I love reading them, but writing them
Sure,
is
yeah.
a whole different
Yeah.
beast.
I feel like I'm in the same boat as Peyton. Like I feel like sci-fi fantasy is like where my heart is. So I would probably say fantasy.
Mhm.
But if you all know anything about me, I've written in all the genres basically. So it would be really, really difficult to just stick to one genre forever. But I feel like I would say fantasy because that can encompass the most.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I want to say. And what I would never write, erotica, probably not.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's legit.
I mean, never
I
say
feel
never,
that.
but no, I'm kidding. probably would not be for me personally,
Yeah.
especially
Fair.
since I really enjoy the YA space. Anyway, but
Fair.
people are giving wonderful options, but I just need to highlight Adam's comment. One genre I'd never write in is sci-fi. Having been to space, there's no need to keep making myself sad.
Aw.
And everyone said,
Oh.
wait, what? You've been to space?
That's my reaction. Yeah, like
Long story.
casual.
How did
Anyway, so
Oh,
that's
that's
what
it.
I would love to rewrite what I was gonna say, which is Diane fanfic. Say more.
Oh, there's I literally have videos on my YouTube channel where I read some of my old fan fiction. If you go way
Wait.
back. So I grew up writing a lot. I wrote like Buffy fan fiction and like a lot of like band fan fiction. So like Green Day fan fiction, Good Charlotte fan fiction. I think at one point I tried to write a little Simple Plan fan fiction. There's like a lot of like little things that I loved writing fan fiction.
Simple Plan fanfic, like the band.
Stop. Yeah. I think it was like I never got past the like brainstorming phase, but I did spend some time in brainstorming.
I mean, to be fair, right? There's a
obsessed.
shit ton of like One Direction fanfic.
Right.
Yeah.
So like
That's fair, but I've never heard of
that is
Simple Plan fanfic.
I know.
I know, me too.
Listen.
That's why I'm so surprised.
Listen,
Oh.
I don't know, but there was a time. A brainstorm session was
I love that.
a brainstorm session or two was had. But
with a glass of wine involved, or no? Or
I was like, how old would I have been? I don't know, 12, 13.
oh, never mind. Don't have
Apple
wine.
juice.
This was
Our
back in the day.
brains
Glass
at
of
12
apple
years
juice.
old.
A little Kool-Aid in a martini glass. Anyway,
Yeah.
anyone else fan fiction? Peyton, Jasmine, fan fiction? Comment section, fan fiction?
I love consuming fan fiction, but I tried writing. I can never get into it.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not a fan fiction reader or writer, but I was a Wattpad kid, and there were
Okay.
some really good originals on Wattpad back in the day.
Throwback.
Oh yeah.
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 There are
I've
some
never
things that I
written
didn't.
fanfic, but I respect that so much. Like, what a talent that I don't have.
Writing fan fiction?
Yeah. I feel
I
like it takes a
wish.
certain amount of skill.
It is.
So, like,
I feel
I
like if
don't
I
have
write
that
fan
skill.
fiction, it's like my characters are all like out of character. I feel like I'm not writing
Yeah.
the people that I'm supposed to write.
It would have to be like true to them.
It has to be, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
true to their like, canonical character or whatever.
Yeah. That's
Right.
fair.
Because you're
And,
playing in someone else's playground, right? So like you need to like
Exactly.
fully
There are
understand
rules. There are
all their
rules.
stuff. I don't
so-
know if I'm that smart.
I miss the like fan fiction little fan fiction writer in me because I was fearless. I was just like, ooh. I would just
And then what if they
whatever I
did
want?
this?
I'd add in my little self inserts.
Did you self-insert into the Simple Plan fanfic? That's the
Of
question.
course.
God, I love it.
My
Okay.
whole intention was to self-insert into all of these stories. I was not trying to do anything original. I just wanted to be in the story.
Yeah. You're living that YN life, that's what it is.
I
I love it.
loved it. I loved it.
That's incredible. Here's another question from Hannah Grace. What is our favorite type of scene to write in fan fiction or otherwise?
Oh.
Anybody? We have action, romance, heavy dialogue. What are we thinking?
You can go first, Payne. I feel
No,
like
I keep going first, so I'm trying to not go first this time.
Nah, man, it's all you.
I think favorite scenes are one where I've crafted a really amazing setting and that gets to come to life, and seeing the characters interact in that setting. I've noticed in my first draft that those are the most fun scenes to read, but when I'm not doing that, I fall back into like really boring, everyone sitting at like a table eating food and talking, and I'm like, oh darn it. So those scenes where it's something really spectacular that they've plopped into is definitely my favorite so far.
I love that. Are you like a setting is also a character type of person?
Yes.
love that.
Yes. And when I don't pay attention to the setting, the scenes I'm finding aren't as strong. So yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. What do you think, Jasmine?
For me, two things come to mind. So first one would be when I write The Dark Night of the Soul. It's just something about writing about two characters who thought they really like figured everything out already and they're ready to fall in love, and then you break that bubble. So that's when you truly see like all their weaknesses just front and center. Something about that, that's just writing about vulnerable characters, and then already at like the very like almost at the last stretch of the story and just breaking it all down, all their like walls. It's just something magical about, you know, something magical about that. And then writing about them coming together, just saying, you know, finally I guess letting go of all their I guess biases, and like just coming together and just saying like I love you or whatever at the end, like happily ever after. Something about that's just so like satisfying for me. I love it. Yeah.
Nice.
Are you ever just like sobbing when you write those scenes? Or are you just like, I play God, now kiss?
I break my heart when I'm writing those kinds of scenes, but I repair myself back up when I write the ending. So yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Love that.
Diane.
I think a lot like Peyton. I really I like setting. Like I like a lot of description and stuff, and so scenes where I can really visualize, like I'm really seeing it, and I'm able to like get it on the page. And there's like scenes that are like a bit more dynamic, and I can really like have the characters like moving in the setting and interacting. I think those are my favorite. And then I think just in general, scenes that, yeah, I think I also really like dialogue. So I like when things are flowing really well. Yeah, I think I like dialogue heavy scenes. And then if I combine that with like a dialogue heavy scene that's like very like dynamic and has like a good setting, ooh,
That's
like
the good
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm absolutely a dialogue person. So
Mhm.
like any scene where I can have banter, whether it's like romantic or otherwise, like that's my favorite. That is the best.
Mhm.
To the point where like I'm like, oh, have I used any dialogue tags in the past 100,000 words?
Oh my
No, they were just chatting. Anyway.
God, love that.
Okay, I got one more before we dive into our second and last 40-minute sprint.
Mhm.
So Luana asked, how do you decide whether to write in first person or third person? Or second person if you're feeling crazy?
Mhm.
Peyton
Mhm.
goes first.
Dang it. I chose the wrong straw. I feel like I don't choose. I feel like I get I feel like I usually start in third person, or I get way too influenced by the best book that I've read most recently, whether
Yep.
they've written in first or third. And I'm like, oh, I want to do that too. And I'm the other day, and I'm still kind of in this thought bubble of like, do I change tenses? My current story is in third, and I'm like, maybe this would be better in first. So I think it's just something you have to dick around and find out. I don't know.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, honestly, for me, it never really crossed my mind to like choose whether to write first or third. I think it just came to me naturally to write first person because that's just what I was used to reading. and also what I was used to just writing all my life. So yeah, never really thought about it really.
No.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like for the most part, it's like kind of it has just like come like intuitively to me. With the book I'm writing, I had like a mini POV, crisis at the beginning where I was like, oh, I started writing it in first, and I was like, what if I wrote it in third? And so I like tested out writing it in third, and it didn't quite feel right. So I just like went back to what my gut instinct was. So if anything, like as far as like helping to decide is just like try it in both, or like also second person if you want to try it in second person. Yeah, try it in like in different POVs. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like it kind of it's like what would lend itself better to like the story that you're writing. So it's kind of like case by case basis. But I think ultimately the only way to really have like enough information to make like a good decision is like just trying it.
Yeah, I feel like your characters are gonna tell you, or the story.
Yeah, like you'll know. I feel like you'll know. So you just gotta try them all. Like don't be afraid to try them, and see.
Like Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
Yes.
I have always written in first person. I genuinely do not write in third person well at all. I think it sounds like I don't know. Like it sounds like really, really bad writing if I try to write in third. So I've just always written in first. But what changes for me is like the tense that I write in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like the vibe that I get from you guys of like, it's just what like comes to me. It's like, this is the story needs to be in this tense or whatever. But yeah, always first person because I'm boring like that.
I love first person.
Yeah, same.
Too.
When it's done well, yeah.
Yeah. But first person, there's something about that, like, I don't know. I like
so
how
intimate
you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I mean you can get that to a degree with third person, like like close third. Like you can still kind of get that. I think one thing for me, sorry, I'm going off on a little tangent. One thing for me that I remembered like weighing in on or like something that I had to keep in mind was because like there's like like your author voice and then there's like the character voice, and one thing that I remember having to keep in mind was like I felt myself wanting to describe certain things or whatever, like for example like the make and model of like a car, like as the author I want to like say like what it is, but like would the character know what that is? And so that's something that you always have to keep in mind as well, as far as like the POV. If you're doing like a third, there's more room for you to do that with a third person POV. And with first person, you have to be really like cognizant of what you're writing as the author and as the character.
And to tangent off of your tangent, like I think that's also like a great way when you're struggling with like metaphors or similes or describing things of like the character's voice, whether you're in first person or third person, like how do they see the thing? What would they describe the thing as? What did they relate it to? Because like, they're a pirate. They might think of things in terms of ships and seas and I don't know, scallywags and whatnot.
Scallywags.
I don't know nothing about pirates. I don't know if you could tell. But like it's if you're struggling with like putting in that literary voice, it's something to think about as well.
That's literally the thoughts that I'm having where I'm just like, oh, do I want to develop this character voice in first person? Do I want it to shine through more versus like, have any of you guys read Brandon Sanderson's Tress of the Emerald Sea?
I have not read any Brandon Sanderson.
Same.
That was my first one, and that's a great one just because it's like a single. It was one of his secret projects, and what he does with POV and the narrator and all first, third, all that stuff, and that is a great study for that question. Like if you haven't read that, go read that, and it'll like blow your mind.
Noted. All right, humans. I don't know why I just called you humans. I was gonna say people, and I was like, no, Natalie, switch it up. Anyway, shall we do our second 40-minute?
Yeah, I'm ready.
One person's excited. All right. We will see you all in another 40 minutes. Right? Good words, everyone. Do good. Do good.
luck.
Be good. Ta-da! We've done it.
Yay!
40-minute sprint. How are you feeling? How'd it go?
Better than the first one.
That's good.
Yeah. I hit my word count for the day, so I'm good. I'm happy.
Heyo.
Well,
Mm.
how about you guys?
Good. I mean, I don't know. It's just for some reason it's really easy to click into the flow tonight, which is nice.
Love that.
No, I'm finding that too.
Very nice.
It's our energy, our combined energy. That's what it is.
The dogs are playing. Please stop.
What is that stupid meme going around TikTok? That ba 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 ba.
What?
No, does anyone recognize that?
I don't
That's all
know.
I'm
I haven't been on
My
TikTok very
fiance is
much.
like obsessed with it.
I
and that's
left
all I get.
TikTok.
I wish.
I've been very brave about it, just so you all know.
Like posting on TikTok?
No, I left
okay.
TikTok. Like I don't go on it anymore.
Oh, you left
After
it.
it
I
got
thought you said I
banned for
loved it.
3
Okay.
hours or whatever.
You
I
got
was like,
banned?
in America.
Oh, right. When it was banned. Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I didn't get banned.
I was like, wait, what? What did you do? Okay.
I was like, yeah, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Which
god.
has been
That's
nice.
fair. That's fair.
Diane, ice cream.
Yeah. That's basically what I did. No, I was still, futzing with like page 2 of this chapter, which I've been slowly getting through. And I decided to cut a little beat, essentially, which I think is the right move. It took me a long time, and I kept just like, going back and forth. But I think I cut it, and I think it's the right thing to do. So that's good. But as far as like the amount of progress made, not very much. I didn't get very far. But I think cutting that little bit was good. So
As Sarah Labrat likes to say, all progress is progress.
yes, exactly.
Correct.
Yeah.
That is the mindset.
Yeah.
Yes. I did slightly less well. I got like 300 words. But I got distracted by a text thread from Cody and Taylor. So that's what I was doing for part of this. If you saw my faces as I was laughing, that's why.
Fair.
Let's see. Bottled water. When did you show up? I didn't know you were here. Got 892 words. That's fantastic. Everybody else, how'd you do? Let us know in the chat. I don't want to just wrap up here to say I think this was very successful.
Yeah.
This
I
was
love
very helpful in my goal to finish this draft very quickly.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Margot, eat
Yes.
dinner, calling that a success.
What did you eat?
Yeah, give us the deets.
Yeah.
Saoirse did 359.
Nice.
Okay, before we go, does anyone want to plug anything? Say
Oh,
goodbye.
goodness.
All of the above. Payne's first.
You know where to begin.
We're
just waiting.
I mean, thanks for inviting me. I had a lovely time. It was a lot of fun. I was very nervous, but it was a lot of fun. It was very
I'm
productive.
so glad you came. And you have a new video out that everybody should go watch.
Yes.
Yes.
After kind of a hiatus of busyness. So
Because in addition to being a writer, she owns a coffee shop, y'all. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she's a busy woman.
I love that.
She
That's
is a
dream.
businesswoman.
Yes.
Jasmine.
Well, I am on YouTube. On YouTube, I'm Jazz Writing. And on Instagram, you can find me at Jasmine Song Writes. And yeah, I have a new video out. It's just a writing vlog. I haven't done a writing vlog in so long, and I'm so glad to be back at it. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Love it.
Love it.
Diane.
Yeah, I'm here on YouTube. Diane Marie. I'm on Instagram. I don't really post all that much. I should start posting again. I'm Diane Marie Writes there. And yeah, I occasionally post videos. When I'm working, they're a little less frequent, but I'm working on it. I think I posted one recently. I don't know, last week maybe, something or other. Anyway, I'm trying to finish my line edits for my editor, a copy editor in April. So I also, it's actually, Natalie, when you posted your video where you're like 50 days, I think that was like exactly also 50 days for me or something. Like it was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yes, we have to do this together.
Yes, my deadline is April 26th.
Yeah, mine's the 21st.
There you go.
Yeah. So I felt seen. I was like, okay, it's not just me. It's not just me on deadline. But yeah, that's where I am. And I'm really grateful to be here. I love being invited.
I'm glad that you were all here. Thank you very much for joining me. These three wonderful people.
Stop.
Before y'all go, you four, but also everybody else, remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, because it really helps me out a lot. And I'm on YouTube sometimes, occasionally. I stream every Wednesday with Taylor and Wright. And also tomorrow night, I will be streaming again on Taylor's channel with CK and Joy and somebody else. I don't remember. It'll be so fun. Everybody go to Taylor's channel for that. It's been a lovely evening. I hope you all accomplished so much. Have a wonderful, cozy night. And we will see y'all in the next time. In the next time. In the next one. See you next time. In the next one.
The next one. Yeah.
You know what I meant.